So these are my grades. I'm not really doing very well with these studies. Obviously, I think it's just the way I write, the tone of the writings itself, the fact that I don't pay attention to historic details sometimes. Um, Perhaps the messiness of the writing, because when they give examples, they have very clear toned writings, which is simple, but it's very clear and it's a specific tone that I don't use in my writings because I'm like, well, that's not my tone. So I do a more complex form of writing, which comes off as more messy, I think. But yeah, if I had gotten a 20, I'm only 10 marks off, but it's like a little bit under 20, and so I'm like, well, it's not a failing exactly. It's just a tiny bit over failing. But I think everything needs to be like a lot closer to 30 than what I have. So, and this next one's 40. I'm hoping for a good effort with my last one. I'm hoping to get 35, but I'm not sure if I'll get over 25. Once again, I think they're good, but once again, I don't put the exact same type of tonal language that they have examples in, and so I'm like going off of my own limb with the aspect that you can use your own tone. Um, but at the moment, I'm like, oh, these marks aren't very good. So I don't know whether I'll do the same course again or try a different course and come back to this one like next year or something, or the yeah, because I do feel like it's a little bit of a letdown. I know I've gotten higher marks previously when I've done uni work. It's just that people steal my certificates and I generally can't get them. So it's like whatever knowledge I had like over 15 years ago, it's like all gone. So I had to sort of rediscover the teaching of it and the learning of it all over again. And sort of I used to have a good handle on uni work and I used to get a lot better scores. I did go through one trial run, and then I focused on the right things. And after that, uni seemed quite easy once I had everything down pat. But now it's like been years and years, and I have no idea what I was thinking at the time and how I had grasped into the concept of the learning and the assignments and how to digest them and do them. So obviously, I'm back to stage one again with it all. And I'm like, oh, it's only just a pause. And I'm pretty disheartened about it, but I think it could get better if I do find that this last assignment's not going to do very well. Because I feel like I've given a pretty good assignment. I don't feel like it's a shabby assignment at all, and I think it's a lot neater than my other assignments. And I just think it's a good assignment that I did, but I would want to get at least 30. But if I don't get that much, I'm gonna be like, that's it. I'm gonna just concentrate on trying to sound like the examples that they give you rather than have your own voice. I think is the key, and you know, using simple language, and I don't know. I think I would just try to correct it by basically sounding like the same tone of the examples that they give you, because it's a good language, and it's just that I don't write it like that, and so I'm sort of trying to submit on my own standard. And I was like, oh, that's it, scrumple all my work up and try and tell it in a similar way, because otherwise, it's like if that's what it takes to pass with a good grade. But I don't know. I don't know how many marks you have to get to pass. Like the other one that we did was like over 90%, and so if this one's the same, it's like I'm obviously going to fail. And I've got one more module after this, I think. And then I'll be like, oh, what did I do? What did I get? um, it is very disheartening. You're like, oh, why is everything failing? I tried so hard.